Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
You know the saying, stay hungry, stay humble. I'm humble in defeat, and I'm going to remain humble in victory. This is it, right?
Beyonce Productions.
I just wanted to put on a great boxing masterclass and also show the sweet science of this lovely sport. Man, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice.
I'm prepared to the best of my capability, and I pray that I get the win. Look at it, like, I love Mike Tyson, how he came into the game on some different kind of vibe. You know what I mean? But it takes a crazy man to want to fight, you know what I mean, day in, day out. It's a hardcore sport, as you said, no silk shoes.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the boxing boys.
Good morning, TBV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another glorious Sunday morning edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. Thank the man upstairs. We all are awake and available to talk some boxing, man. Listen, can't call it last night, right? I guess early evening last night. Dillian Whyte definitely got revenged and avenged his loss at the hands of Alexander Povetkin. He came back and scored a beautiful fourth round TKO of Alexander Povetkin. He would have stopped him completely, but the ref waved it off. The towel came in. I mean, they're saying that officially the towel was thrown in, but you can see clearly that the ref had waved it off before he even noticed the towel. But, you know, Whyte brutally KO'd Povetkin. He's getting revenge. And now, I'm asking you guys, what's next, man? I mean, unfortunately, for fighters, this is the beast that is boxing, right? As soon as you're done doing what you're doing, we want more. So, yeah, that's why we're here this morning, man. This Sunday morning is to ask ourselves the question, what is next? What is next for Dillian Whyte after scoring such a, brilliant KO? The left hook, beautiful. Really one of his bread and butter punches. And, he put it together off of a right hand. Povetkin wobbled, dancing on Bambi legs. And then Dillian lunges in with his own Marquez-style left hook and really finishes the job. So now everyone's asking, what is next? What is next? Where would Dillian go from here? And now that he's the WBC interim champ, once again, he's not quite the mandatory just yet. So again, the question is, what is next? What does he do while waiting for that shot that's been desperately escaping him? It just continues to get pushed further and further back. What does he do? For me, so many options, really, now that he's back in the driver's seat. Honestly, he suffered a loss. He righted the wrong. And he's back in the driver's seat. I don't think he has his mandatory position. I'm sure he'll have to wait about another 12 months for that. But I feel that he's still a pay-per-view draw. And he can still make some good fights with other people. The first fight I'm going into, or I'm gonna hope that they attempt, right, for Dillian. These options are for Dillian. This doesn't necessarily mean this is the best fight to make, or the best fight for Dillian to take. Well, yes. These are my options that I think this is the best fight for Dillian to take. For Dillian to take, not necessarily the opponent that I may find for Dillian. But for Dillian, I think that next, he should travel to America, because we keep talking about this travel ban. But obviously, if you're working, you can get a working visa. We seen the drummer boy, Eric Molina, take on Fabio Worley yesterday in the UK, obviously having to come from Texas. So we could get in, we could get out with the right paperwork. So I think Dillian needs to put in that he wants to get out so that he could be in Carson, so that he can entice Andy Ruiz, Areola winner, into a pay-per-view fight. Because he needs an interim fight while he's waiting to see what's going to happen with A, the mandatory position. What's going to happen with B, Fury and Wilder and AJ and mediation, arbitration, who's lying, so much. So does Dillian just wait now? And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't knock him if he waited, being as though that he took this fight and it turned into a year, of basically a year of not held up, because he made money and these were exciting fights, but it wasn't in the plans to have 2 fights with Povetkin. This time last year, this was supposed to be done and over. So does Dillian want an interim fight while waiting? I mean, the man literally said yesterday that he hadn't even watched his son be born, let alone meet him. He hasn't met his son, who's 4 months. He hasn't met him, only FaceTime, because he was so focused on his rematch and training in Portugal. I couldn't believe that. That's amazing. But that's amazing. Listen, Damian, Thomas, I see you. You said he's having an easy fight next, and that's okay for me. Povetkin is a tough guy. We seen what Povetkin did to him in the first fight, and if he want to take some time off and come back with some lesser opposition, that's fine. But who would you recommend, though? Who would you recommend, right? Because and how much lower in the levels of opposition are we talking, right? Because you're like, he's gonna get an easy fight next. And hey, look, I agree with that, but Canelo fought like Rocky Fielding. That's a regular champ. So is Dillian gonna take on like another interim? Because he's like that. Like he's like almost a regular. So like, would he take on like a Trevor Bryant? Like who does he fight? Or are you saying he'll go back down to like a I don't know, like a Dave Allen type? Like where does he go next? That's the question. What's next? Morning afterthoughts. Now that you watched him box, now that you watched him avenge the loss, what do you want to see him do? Let me know in the comment section. You can call in 14255695241. You can also add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. What does he do next? I posted on our Instagram that I wanted Whyte and Wilder, but people don't want that. Some people still want Wilder Fury and things like that. Some people want, London Runs Boxing says he wants one fight in between for both. So he wants to see Wilder get a tune-up himself, and then possibly he and Dillian Whyte fight. Dre, our pound-for-pound supporter, says it will not happen. We got B Country says we want Deontay Wilder to fight Tyson Fury, then fight everyone in the heavyweight division. And that turned into some back and forth. We got Mel right here. Maul from H-Town, or rather Dallas. He says, nobody wants to see that bullshit again, fam. Stop it. So he's replying to Beat Country saying he don't want to see Wilder Fury. This is the manager of Elvis Rodriguez. Look at what he's saying. Who the fuck is we? If by we you mean absolutely nobody, then yes, I agree. So the manager Elvis do not want to see Wilder Fury. And obviously you see what this other guy has to say. Nothing nice. Whyte Ruiz would be fire. And that's something I mentioned, you know. It was something that was offered to Ruiz for $5 million coming off a loss. So if he gets a win, you know, it'll be more of a marketable fight. Obviously, they're both coming off of wins. And it should be easy to negotiate. I think we're going to see a different side of Whyte. Now, I don't know if it was just for the one fight or if it is going to be moving forward a different side of Whyte where he is more humble. I mean, we seen him bring his opponent the stool and tell him to sit down and pour water on his head to make sure that he was doing good. So, I don't know, is this a humbler side of Whyte? Will we see a softer side of him here and, you know, possibly get this one done? Damn, look at what this guy says. George L., who's the one on the right? Haven't seen him fight in years. How you going to say who's the one on the right and then say haven't seen him fight in years? Well, obviously you know. And this guy's still saying he only paid for Deontay Wilder to knock out Tyson Fury. Damn, Jordan Baker says no. No. Another no from Harris. Another. Oh, this one says yes, not happening though. And that's why, I mean, I would love Wilder Whyte, but, you know, I think that everyone asking for Wilder to get a tune-up or fight in between instead of, you know, I think that's cool. I think that's cool. You know, it'll be bigger if they both coming off of these knockout wins for sure. It'll be much bigger, you know. This guy, Regular JoJo, says even this version of Whyte does not compete with Wilder. Oh, does not compete with the top 5 guys. Not AJ, Fury, Wilder, Ruiz, nor Ortiz. Do you believe that? Let's not move on from that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Do you think Dillian Whyte can beat AJ, Fury, Wilder, Ruiz, or Ortiz? Which one of those, what is that, 5 names can he beat? Let me know. Rue, who do you think he beats? Can he beat Ortiz? Another 40-year-old, right? But that's a tough son of a gun, man. Can he beat Ortiz? Can he beat Ruiz? Ruiz legs looking bananas, fellas. Lord, have mercy. Have y'all seen Ruiz? I wanted to do a show on Andy yesterday, man. These dudes was ducking me, man. Bro, Andy out here. Look, damn, his story gone, man. I got it saved. I got it saved, but I can't upload it like that, man. Yo, Andy out here looking crazy in the legs. Yo, it's bananas for real. Let's see what he does with all them legs, man. Let's see what he does with all those legs, man. Let's see. But, you know, he posted a little, you know, Team Canelo actually. Let me see if Team Canelo still got it up. Team Canelo posted a little, what's the name of him? Sparring, man. A little 8 seconds maybe. Probably only 8 seconds. That's enough, though. That was enough. Right? For me, it was Team Canelo. Where's Eddie at, man? Where's Eddie at? What am I doing here? Oh, it's Canelo Team. Canelo Team. That's right. That's right, man. Oh, shit is off Eddie's story, too. Ain't nobody repost that shit. Let me see. Somebody gotta have that shit posted. Yo. Instagram the truth, man. So we on the hunt for Andy and his sparring. Where that's at? No recent button. No recent button. Whack. It's not here. Let me see something. My man Francis, I think Francis the praying mantis trying to jump on with the late face. But you know the number to call in if you want to rock out, you want to talk some boxing. We doing that right here. Voice of the People hotline. Where the sparring at, man? Somebody tag me, man. Anybody know where it's at? I thought, freak. I thought for sure that was going to be easy to find. Is it highlight? Will highlights have it? They be going hard. No. Where is the Andy sparring? Oh, well. Yeah, I missed it. It's on Fight Hype. You know they posted it. It's definitely on Fight Hype. Yes, I got it saved because I wanted to do an episode on it. But Dan, you know, Andy looking real brolic. That's just the bottom line. He looking like we ready to see him. I know I am ready to see what he got. You know, the fact that he keeps saying over and over he ain't never worked like this, that's what's got me excited to see, you know, the outcome. Yeah, Andy hasn't skipped leg day, but I mean, you know, we got to be real. A lot of that shit is genetics, man. We seen a video of Andy from like 2013. He still had the same legs. You know what I mean? He's been carrying a heavy upper body his whole life too. But now those strong legs are even stronger. They can hold more weight, and you know, they're gonna be able to be more like multijugadores. You know what I mean? More like shocks and shit. Cause you know, the more you squat with weight, the more you can squat free weight, and obviously that means he'll be able to get up under shots and stay low and have that lateral movement by having a good foundation. So a fight with him and Whyte, I mean, fantastic. The battle of the left hooks, really. And Whyte, dangerous in his own right, man. He loves to go to the body. And you see, first round, maybe that was the game plan. Just bring it to Povetkin ass right there, first round. Boom, boom. And it seemed like Povetkin could never recover from that, you know. He ducked under those two shots. I think that left hook grazed the top of the head, which caused him to stumble back. That first time he stumbled back into the ropes, which could have been a knockdown, but maybe we are wrong. Maybe the camera review that we got looked like it hit him on the top of the head, and it didn't, and he stumbled back from trying to avoid the shot. But that took a lot out of him, you know, trying to keep his balance, trying to avoid shots that Whyte was hitting him with. It was just a big onslaught in that first round, and I don't think he ever recovered from that. You know what I mean? Whyte just took off. He fought a really good fight, just like he was fighting in the first fight. He was winning the first fight, man. He got caught. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. What's next, in your opinion? Okay, yeah, Nick Webb, right? Didn't he get the win too? Or was he the guy that got knocked out? Because, I mean, people are saying Dillian Whyte needs a soft touch. So, I mean, what's the recommendations? Who is exactly this soft touch you think Dillian Whyte should get? And I'm not opposed of it. You know, I'm with y'all. You know, when a guy goes through the fire once or twice, hey, you know, take one. You know, and Whyte can take one right now. Thing is he really gonna want one? Like, you know, like Whyte's soft touches are like Maurice Vac. You know what I mean? All the other names on his resume are pretty decent names. You know what I'm saying? And Maurice Vac is a name that's been in and lost to only the best. Perfect suggestion. Ignorant Boxing. He says, I said Trevor Bryan as well. Heedy won. I said Trevor Bryan because it's like, yo, Canelo fought that kid Fielding, and he was a regular champion. So go for a regular champion versus regular champion. You know, and shit, if anybody could work with Don King, it'll be Eddie Hearn. You know what I'm saying? Bring Trevor ass out there. I never seen him box, man. It's crazy. Somebody said, I think it was Suleiman Escala said that his last fight with Bermain Stavern is on YouTube. I ain't even seen that. Lovejoy ain't out his contract until May, but that's a great suggestion, Brandon. It'll be a payday for Lovejoy, and it should be an easy touch for Dillian Whyte. I mean, after just going in there with Povetkin, there's no way, the undefeated Lovejoy, who hasn't really faced anybody, can do any damage to you. But on paper, it looks like Dillian's facing another monster to the casuals, right? So, yeah, Francis out here ducking, talking about, yo, man, I sent you the link. Got me with the dead air because he got me typing this shit. Stop ducking, bruh. But anyway, yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, Webb beat Dillian's man. Oh, shit. Which one he beat? Let me look up Nick Webb, because Dillian's man is Babbitt, is Fabio. Who's this new heavyweight? Nick Webb. Let's see who he beat. Oh, Eric Pfeiffer. I've heard of him. I think that's who Dillian was using in sparring. I mean, he got tipped over. Oh, he's only 6'3". 5 knockouts, 7 went. Dang, he got ticked over real early. Second round. I mean, it's the heavy. And it's the first fight out his country. That's what happens, man. That's what happens. Gibraltar. Yeah. Damn, second round. I mean, so put him in there with Nick Webb, right? Nick Webb would be a nice. I know Congo loss was crazy. That was crazy, man. But that kid got an awkward style. McKinnison, oh man, he's out of control, man. I don't know. Congo was waiting too much anyway. That fucking tappity tap jab wasn't doing shit, man. I don't know what the fuck was the game plan with that one. For real. Okay. Somebody just sent me the link to Trevor Bryant. Let me see. Oh, this is Michael Bufford. What up, Mike? Been a long time. Oh, why this shit don't want to open? Here we go. Brian Stavern, 720. Oh, nice. Thank you, brother. Oh, champ. We're going to watch that later and see how that look. Yeah, he was higher ranked, Ryan. You right. McKinnison was ranked fucking number 5 or 6 in the WBO, and we was just looking him over. Remember when I even seen it, I'm like, oh, damn, this gonna bump Congo, but yo, it really sucks, man. It really sucks. That IBO rankings, every single time a dude is starting to climb them rankings, they get picked off, man. Thulani picked off. Sebastian picked off. Now Congo. You could go back further. Luther Clay picked off by Congo. Now Congo picked off by McKinnon. Well, Mickinson or McKinnon, whatever. What's his first name? Michael, maybe? Let me look up Chris Congo. But he's the only one that ain't been picked off because he's the one higher ranked. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to pick him off. He did his thing. His post fight was beautiful too, man. This post fight is what it's all about, man. Proving people wrong, and getting better over time. And he feels he's ready right now, man. Damn, but for Congo, that fucking sucks, bro. Really does. I was starting to get high on him, man. He was a little wide. I mean, not a little wide, a lot wide. He was a lot wide. He was freaking. He was not accurate. He was tippy pitty patty and shit. It was crazy. Oh, that's a good one. LV Slugger says Forrest for his U.S. debut is Gerald too dangerous. Gerald Washington, nah, he should be able to beat Gerald Washington. But Gerald's a nice, tall, good boxer. He's a decent boxer to be, a late starter. But looks like we got our very own Canadian in the flesh. What it do, champ?
What's up, y'all? What's up? Yo, shout out to my Lord and Savior for another one, because without him, none of this would be possible, man. Shout out to you and you out there. Yeah, the morning after. I'm still on a high. I'm still riding with my Jamaican brethren, Dillian Whyte. Shout out to everybody out there who support him. Shout out to everybody out there who said he would do it. Big up yourself this morning. Bop, bop, bop. Big up yourself, man. Big up your damn self. Dillian Whyte, Coach Xavier Miller, and the whole entire team, man. Shout out to you. Also, we were talking about Dillian Whyte, potentially his U.S. debut against Gerald Washington. Was that the name that you brought up? He sleeps him.
That was a super chat, yes, from LV Slugger. He said, what about Trevor Bryant or Gerald Washington?
Man, listen, man. The only names that I'm looking for Dillian Whyte to come over here.
Understand why, right? Because I said the fight I would like is for Dillian Whyte to get a travel visa for work purposes. The work that he's going to do is be in Carson, California to call out the winner of Areola, Andy Ruiz, in hopes that it's Andy Ruiz. But if Areola gets the upset, fuck it. U.S. debut with him. But that's a perfect world. That's a beautiful story. The truth is that might not happen. And, that was my suggestion. So other people are giving their suggestions. And they're giving those new suggestions based off one of our chatters saying, no way Dillian gets a tough fight. He's getting an easy fight. And I'm like, you know what? He deserves an easy fight. After 2 tough fights, let him get, regular champion Rocky Fielding the way Canelo did in between Triple G and like fucking Gennady or some shit. I mean Triple G and Jacobs or whatever the case may be. Like let him get a Rocky Fielding. So that's why the name Trevor start coming up and lower level names like Nick Webb because they feel like Dillian's been in tough. Dillian hasn't even seen his baby be born. He's been away from his 4-month-old since the birth. Like, he's been in Portugal. So it's like, oh, give Dillian a soft touch now, So you're a fan of him. You don't have to. You could say, no, I want Wilder next because really that's what I want. But people telling me like, nah, let Wilder go get a win now. Let them both get a win, then try to negotiate. So, I want big fights for Dillian, but people feel like, yo, we need tune-up. Like, we need a soft touch because he's been in the fire. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that, man. The same sentiments that you echo when it comes to Canelo and a lot of these top fighters that fighting back-to-back tough fights is not something that you want. You don't want to burn out your career so quick. So I feel like I wouldn't say a soft touch would be nice. Some of those names they brought up was nice. I have a few names that I'd want the Wilder fight for sure because that's going to be pay-per-view. That's going to be a big fight. But it would kind of make sense if Wilder gets back in the ring and kind of, reminds people of what he does best. You know what I mean? And then they bring on the 2 biggest shit talkers in the heavyweight division who can fight to get it popping. The names I like is give me like a, like a Jerry Forrest or, a Big Bang or something like that in the U.S. I know they're not big names, but those should be names, maybe a Kodaki or something like that.
Beautiful.
Like
No. Don't go too far. You hit it. You hit it on the nail, bro. That's the fight. Give Dillian Zhulei Zhao, bro. Jerry Forrest took him life and death. That's the soft touch that really ain't a soft touch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's the one right there.
No, that's the U.S. debut right there.
That's the one, yo. I like that. I mean, look. I like that, man. I like that. Yo, that could be an interesting fight, too. Obviously, Zhulei has everything to prove, so he might turn it around. But then there's always that in the back of boxing fans' mine's like, yo, he once you push him, he's going to get tired. So, can he build the stamina up enough for a Dillian Whyte fight?
And you can see that from the first fight, no cap. From the first fight to the second fight, you can see the level of intensity in Dillian Whyte increased. And from round 1, he started wailing on Alexander Povetkin. And Povetkin, just the pressure of somebody wailing on you like that, drained his energy, in my opinion, man. He kind of drained him by the time he got to the 4th round. When those big shots started to land, his legs were gone. I know a lot of people want to say it's COVID and this. No, the pressure of somebody heavyweights chopping down at you with the right hand, laying on you, pushing you around, and you got to fight back, or you're going to get knocked out, you exchanging, and he missing by a hair, and you feeling that wind go by you. Trust me, man, that mental pressure will make you tired. It make you tired.
I said the same thing, man. He came out so like a bat out of hell in that first round, and that I feel like Povetkin just never recovered. We not sure if when he threw those two big right and left hooks, did that left one hit him at the top, because that's when Povetkin stumbled back. So, a lot of unanswered questions as far as what took place in that first round. But what we do know is that after that first round, Povetkin just wasn't, he wasn't the same in terms of like energy. Like, right there, Dillian set the pace. That's what he did. He was commanding control of the fight by coming out and in the opening bell, giving him hell. And it worked out in his favor. It really did. But yeah, if you are a Patreon of the Boxing Voice or a YouTube member, on the $15 level and above, and on memberships, it will be the championship status. Well, then you can go ahead and, drop a question for Michael Hunter, who will be on the show Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Tomorrow, we'll have Coach Xavier Miller back on the show, and that is the trainer of Dillian Whyte, who we're talking. So,
Victory lap.
Yeah, so we're going to get him to come do the victory lap tomorrow. Try to get him on a day. Obviously, they jumping on the flight. You can ask him a question both on YouTube members and stuff like that, and right here on patreon.com/The Boxing Voice. So, check it out. Check it out.
Is the body snatcher coming through too?
The body snatcher, Dillian. That's on you, man. You the Jamaican. You got to get him on.
I have to hit up Coach Miller. All right, peace. Cool.
But Hunter will be on Tuesday. Remember, he's got that purse bid with Hrgovic. So,
yeah, man. What you think about that fight, man? What do you think about that fight? See, Hrgovic just fought he fought
Eric Molina.
Yeah, Molina, and knocked him out in 3 rounds. Same thing like Joshua did, right? Mm-hmm. And Fabio just went in there and did his thing. So it's good to see what a young heavyweight can do against another young heavyweight like Philip. Philip is the puncher, and Michael is not considered a puncher. He's considered a small boxing heavyweight that got some pop.
Yes, sir. Speaking of pop, let me get to these super chats. We got Jay Lewis that says, Whyte versus Bryant in the States. Let Wilder get his confidence back against Martin. Then Whyte versus Wilder. No more ducking, no more dodging, no more hiding. Let's go.
The other name that I wanted to bring up, but I didn't want to disrespect my man was
but what you think about that? I kind of like that setup. Do you think Whyte versus Bryant, in the meantime, let Wilder fight Martin, and then them two meet, or what?
Nah, I prefer if Whyte fight like a Stavern, and then let Wilder and Martin or somebody else jump in there and get busy.
You trying to keep them safe. You trying to keep them safe. He says Stavern. Yo, people mention Lovejoy, and I think that's how you keep them safe with the disguise, because the casual's like, this big 300-pound heavyweight undefeated, but it's a disguise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. But Lovejoy's still retired, man. I want to hear him say he's not retired first.
Nah, he his contract up in May, man. Eddie got to buy that contract out. You got to buy that O.
You gotta buy it out. It makes sense, man.
No,
you gotta put
listen. Everybody's O has a price. You gotta buy that O, man. How much do he want for his O? How much you want? You know what I'm saying?
How much you want, champ?
Matter of fact, not how much you want. How much is his contract worth? Buy him out the dumbass contract, and then work out a deal to pay him his purse. But gotta get him out the contract so Don King stop fucking shit up.
Yeah, he messing up the bag big time.
He messing up the bag. I don't know how Chris Lovejoy out here, still and that's what it is. Somebody need to look over the contract. But again, it's Don, man. Don ain't got no, he probably got a nice little contract on him. Keeping him right.
Yo, you got a super chat from Will Lynch?
We about to hit the one from, that was Jay Lewis. We going to LJ Juarez. Juarez, this says, I don't want to get too off topic, but you touched on it, Ness. I feel that Ruiz got too distracted after the big win. He got fat, but now he being with Canelo, No, now he being with the Canelo team, we have something to look forward to. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. That's because I was telling them how you ducked me yesterday, and they ain't get to see the. Let me, man. Fuck it, man. We gonna turn this into that, man. I'm about to send that. I'm about to send this video to the show right now. Where is that? Here go Andy right here looking crazy. But this only one, man. I only downloaded the sparring one. I ain't download when he was actually working on his legs, bro. He lifted up his shorts so you could see like the cuts.
I seen that. That shit was crazy.
Lord have mercy. My man out here, he ain't playing, bro. They not playing.
Soccer players are very, very particular about their legs. They want to make sure their legs look the best because that's what you see, right? So like he got them like Ronaldo, like super cut up, defined monster legs, man.
And look, don't get me wrong. I'm not gullible. I understand that if you're actually doing an exercise, a weighted exercise, your muscles are gonna, contract and you're gonna look better. I understand that. I'm not saying that his legs during the workout are just as big, not when he's not working or he's not in a flex position, but it doesn't fucking matter to me. It looks amazing and motivating and inspirational, and it has me just like, yo, I cannot wait to see what he looks like. And then just this little bit of sparring, right? It's just, he's so relaxed in that ring, man, and it didn't show as much. And maybe I'm overreaching, or maybe I just love the sport and love what I do. But I mean, again, bro, he looks good. So here's the sparring. Let's see. We're gonna upload this. Bang. Here we go. And it's just a little itty bitty clip. Nothing huge.
Hey, you can't say he lazy though. He working on something.
Nothing huge. But look, just the confidence, just how he's walking his man down, and now boom, he's gonna start. You see, he took the double step back so he could set for the counter, and then it also excited me because he's got the same Everlasts I got. You know what I mean? I love that. I bought those like 3 years ago, man. You know what I'm saying?
Which one?
The gray and red ones.
Okay.
Crawford got the all black and gold, and now people starting to get these gray and black ones with the red bottoms. But I love those. Those are Michelin tire soles. They so beautiful, man. Depending what canvas you on. But yeah, I mean, look, the jab to the body, just the confidence in the ring. And you see the tree trunks, you see the legs, and this is what I'm saying. He's gonna move better because his legs are being worked on, man. Like, it's all about that foundation, and that's what they have been building over there, man. Now they're building a mental foundation for Andy, a safe place for him to realize, look, we were doing the wrong thing. This is how champions train, man. And that's what he's seeing now. He's getting to see, or he's gotten to see rather, I was doing it wrong. And you see that from every episode that he puts out, because Andy's got his own YouTube channel for those that don't know, and he's already on episode 3. He's showing you the weight loss journey. You don't got to take it from me. You can go see it for yourself. It's very inspirational, man. Anybody, that's having difficulties losing weight, just go see it. Now, obviously, your level of motivation and Andy's is too different. Obviously he's motivated to be the the heavyweight world champion once again. But he has more reason to be motivated maybe than you, but he has less drive than you because he's already become the heavyweight world, champion of the world. You ain't never been a heavyweight. Yeah,
and he's a damn multi-millionaire,
exactly.
Man.
You ain't none of those.
Millionaire, man. You tripping. The fact that dude could have packed it in and said, you know what, man, I don't want to fight no more. Yep. I don't got to fight no more. He said, you know what? I made some mistakes. I'm going to buckle down and get it done. Everybody deserves a second chance, man. Right. Everybody deserves a chance to prove you wrong after making a mistake. First of all, he proved that he could do it by doing it the first time. Okay, he dropped the ball. We got it. But give him a chance to go in there and see if he can reclaim it again. Can he show us again? Or is it just what it is?
And I think even if he doesn't reclaim it, I bet you he gets back to that level. Like, he works himself to a big title shot or fight a final eliminator shot with a big name based off, obviously, everything, that's come to him post AJ win and loss. It's like he's just on another level. He's become one of the big faces in boxing, and this pay-per-view is just the beginning.
quietly too, not to cut you, quietly.
No, because it was done organically. Because he done it organically. You know, he done it off the back of a very successful win, and you know, it's a great story because it was like, oh, this guy got an upset win. Can he do it again? Oh, he ain't do it, and now it's the whole comeback story once again. So another reason to believe in him, another reason to follow, and that's another reason why I think it would be a fantastic fight for he and Dillian Whyte. But
he's definitely, not to cut you, he's definitely looking moving a little bit more fluid in this little sparring video here that they showed a few seconds. He's showing a lot more lateral, back and forth fluid movement. He's moving his hands. He doesn't seem sluggish. Doesn't seem like he's chasing.
Confident, right? He seems so confident walking the guy down. And I was wondering to myself, do you think that's Frank Sanchez or is that someone else they brought in? Because, you know, obviously it can be Frank based off complexion and height, but
ain't Frank. Frank bigger than that. No, Frank bigger than that. That ain't Frank.
You sure?
Yeah, you're positive. Frank bigger than that.
I wonder who they brought in. Who is this guy? Who are you, masked man?
Let us know who it is, man. But I'm excited. I don't care what nobody said. I'm excited for, you know what I'm saying, the first American Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, man, to get back in the ring and show us that, you know what I'm saying, he can reclaim it. Because I personally want to see that second fight. You know that second fight.
I like the feet, man. They working on the legs for the reason. I know we could be overreading, but the step back, man, the way his feet are working now, you know what I mean? You can see they're trying to improve his reaction time. You know, the reflexes.
That second fight, Ness?
Which one?
With Joseph Parker. No, Joseph Parker.
And
Andy
Ruiz?
Ruiz.
I mean, that's a good fight, but like, if I'm Al and I'm trying to capitalize off Andy, I'm trying to help build him to be a pay-per-view star, I'm putting him in there with Areola. I'm not going to some dude from New Zealand right now. That's not what I'm doing.
Not right now, but eventually based on how they both turn their careers around, right?
And you got to understand is, you know, people might take this the wrong way. Look, I'm a boxing fan. I got Dazn. I paid for the year twice. But, you know, this guy's been fighting on the app. Like, who really knows him? You know what I'm saying? Like,
who are you?
No, I'm just keeping it real. It's like, do you go fight Joseph Parker, who's from New Zealand, who before he even fought AJ was only fighting like on New Zealand TV, finally fought AJ, lost to AJ, everything else has been on DAZN. I mean, I just don't know. I think guys like Gerald Washington are more known in America, where I'm trying to build Andy as a pay-per-view star. Now, if I want to build him as an international star, yeah, we could fight Joseph Parker, but I don't know. I don't know that it's worth it, you know? I don't know that it might be better off to give Andy his former sparring partner in Charles Martin, who was a former champion, you know what I'm saying? Who was American and lost to the same guy that Joseph lost to.
But you got to think about it, though, Ness. This is what I'm looking at because of the fact that Joseph Parker, yeah, he had a few losses against the big names, but at the same time, when they fought the first time, the win was kind of controversial. It was kind of like, oh, well.
But it don't matter because Andy trumped that loss because the dude that beat him, right, lost to AJ, and then Andy beat AJ. So it's like we don't even need to go back to that. Unless Joseph, I'm just being real, like from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
If you ain't like, what are you doing? What are you like? Why would I fight him? Like I beat the dude that beat him. I took the belt. The belt I was supposed to win in the vacant fight with Joseph. He lost it to AJ, and I got it in my living room. It's on my mantle. You want to see it? That's what Andy's saying. Like. That's how I look at it.
He didn't win it head up against him when he fought him the first time for it. So everybody thinking like, can Andy even beat Joseph Parker? Is that his Achilles heel? Is that his kryptonite? Is that type of fighter the fighter that's going to cause Andy Ruiz to falter at all times? You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that I want to know. A lot of people would love to see them run that back. But I hear you. It doesn't make any business sense right now because we're going in a different direction. We're trending upwards. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Parker is looking to fight Derek Chisora. I mean, that's going the other way, right?
Same thing for Zhang. I like the Zhang fight, but I'm invested in Zhang. But Zhang is less known, and the producer, he ain't saying that, but his message reminded me of that Jerry Forrest has fought on Showtime. Jerry Forrest has fought on ESPN. And then Jerry Forrest fought on Dazn. Jerry Forrest might be a better U.S. debut tune-up for Dillian Whyte as a safe fight because more people know him. He fought, more people on American TV.
And that's the whole thing about it. That's why I brought up those two names, man. You know what I'm saying? It'll be something exciting to see. It's something to get Dillian acclimated to the U.S. to potentially get a big fight, man. I mean, I nobody not mentioning Luis Ortiz because we know that's a tough fight.
They did. But when it was mentioned, you weren't on, and it was more mentioned like this: like, does Dillian beat any of the top 5? Ruiz, Ortiz, I'm about to say Jay-Z, Ortiz, Ruiz, AJ, Fury, Wilder. Not in that order.
Yeah, man. He definitely do. If you fight Ortiz, you're gonna jump on that old man and try to get him out there early, man. That's what he trying to do. But that would be a good fight. I wouldn't want that fight straight weight because that's a tougher fight, man.
Which
Heavyweight
fight?
southpaw with skills. Ortiz. That's a tough fight coming off coming off the win. Yeah, that's a tough fight.
I mean, it's a tough fight. It's the heavyweight division. So, I mean, every fight is a tough fight. But that's up Dillian Whyte's alley, man. People going to take this as hate, but I ran across this little infographic of facts. And, when he fought Povetkin for the rematch, he was 41. When he fought him the first time, he was 40. When he fought Vach, he was 39. And when he fought Lucas Brown, he was 38. So, fighting Luis Ortiz at 42 is right up the alley. And that's no disrespect. All those fights, we seen him. Vach took him 12. Lucas Brown, he knocked out. And Povetkin, both fights were tough. So, heavyweight division, age really doesn't matter. But this is a boxing podcast, and those are the facts. These are the ages of the men he fought when he fought them.
Man, we can do that for a lot of fighters, man. That's cool. We can do that. We can do that for a lot of fights. Give me your top 3 old men on your resume.
I'm sure we can do that for a lot of fighters, but these are pretty alarmingly old ages. 38, 39, 40, 41. That's almost like a fucking, what do you call it? Like a pattern, but whatever. We're going to next super chat. We got
who you got? Because I only see 2.
Will Lynch. We got Will Lynch says, guys like Canelo will go down as all-time greats. Respect to Whyte. That rematch is why I love heavyweight boxing, because it's unpredictable. Also, shout out to Povetkin. He's better than I believed anybody to be at 41. Much love, TBV. See, right on par with our conversations, because age to some people does matter, and then some people are out here defying age. But yeah, any thoughts on that super chat?
No, he's dead on, man. I like it. Right along with what we're saying, man. I like what he's saying.
We got Jay Lewis coming in with some pounds. He says Trevor Bryan is an Uber driver. That's easy walk. But that's what we're looking for according to the public. They're saying like, yo, Whyte deserves a soft touch coming
Isn't he
back.
regular champ at WBA, sorry?
Trevor is a regular WBA champ. That's why I said him, because he's like
a cab
Rocky.
driver, man. Hold on, you should slap yourself for calling him a cab driver. You crazy?
No, that was not me. I'm reading a super chat, Trevor.
I know what super chat that. That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. Don't disrespect the man like that.
That was Jay Lewis in the UK. Coach Rivera in Boston says, for me, Andy beat Parker. I would love it. So he wants the rematch. Shout out to you. You inspired him to super chat that he wants the rematch as much as you like it.
Because a lot of people, Ness, I don't know how you don't believe it. Yo, you can do a show. A lot of people.
Bro, it's a fight that wasn't really talked about. Doesn't got high views. It didn't generate any action. Like, it's a worthless fight, especially when I beat the man that beat you.
But both fighters are pretty big right now. When they first got into it, they were both kind of getting on the scene and getting their feet wet. Both have tasted world championship, right? And one has tasted a higher level than the other. And you got to remember, Joseph been in some big fights, man. Joseph been in bigger fights than Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? Come on, it's a fact.
And yet he's not more accomplished.
Who that? Joseph Parker? Hey, the
And
bigger
that's what-
fights,
and that's
man.
what
You're
I'm saying.
more sure that.
And that's what I'm saying. He's been in a lot more fights, or he's been in some big fights, but it doesn't matter. What Andy did, it eclipsed what Joseph did. It honestly, like, to me, that rematch is unnecessary unless Joseph is coming off of like a big U.S. name, which helps the marketability of Andy Ruiz when it's evident that PBC is trying to establish pay-per-view stardom with him. They let's not forget that they have set a new precedent by lowering the pay-per-view price $30 full. No, they're trying to build Andy. Give him Jennings. Bring Jennings back up. He was in there with Vlad in America. He's been in there with everybody in America. No, you don't build him up with a New Zealand guy that already gave him a difficult fight. The first fight was difficult. It was a tight fight.
That's exactly why they want to run it back, because they want to see, yo, Andy, you've been in there. You went to the mountaintop, bro. You sitting on the mountaintop and like, okay, bet you're about to get in this fight right here on pay-per-view. Like, they could definitely run that pay-per-view.
Yo, Champy, have you ever heard the term bigger fish to fry?
Hell yeah.
All right then, bigger fish to fry, man.
Now, I said they can run it back at some point. There's a storyline there. There's just a storyline there. Now, don't you agree?
I mean, there's a storyline that you could dig about the grave. Joseph will be waiting like this, like, please, Papa Dio, have him send me an. I mean, he would be in a big fight if he fight Andy, bro. You kidding me? Andy would be giving him the opportunity when it's unnecessary. It's not doing it. I don't think it does anything for Andy. You know, Joseph fought with Parker, with Fire, and that shit was like a Huggy Bear fest, man. Come on, man.
So let me ask you a question then, real quick. Be honest with me. If you had the opportunity to have Chris Arreola or Joseph Parker fight Andy Ruiz, who would you choose? You still stick with Arreola?
Bro, Arreola gonna be a better fight, man. If you want me to be a purist and say, the fight means more.
To be honest, that's all.
No, again, that is honest. It's two.
Cool.
There's two different honest answers. Do I want the fun fight that I know is gonna produce heat and excitement, or do I want the fight that's gonna, keep ranking Andy? Because that's all it is. It's a ranked fight. That's all Parker is. But we got Alice York says, "How's it going?" with a pear emoji gif. Thank you, Alex York. It's a sticker. Appreciate your super sticker. And then Alexander Wilson says, "Was it me, or was Povetkin's legs dead from the beginning of the fight? The tea leaves did say that he had a hard time recovering from COVID." Is that like a term? What's the tea leaves? That's some Jamaican shit?
The tea leaves? I don't even know what that is. The tea leaves did say that he had the hard time recovering. I guess he's saying like that's what through the grapevine.
I guess, but I mean, I thought when people say the tea is the tea. Like, why the tea leaves? But I get it. He coining his own shit. He made that up.
I'm trying to look for another American, debut for my mans in them, yo.
We got another one.
I'm scouring right now.
Keep looking. We got another one from my mans in them. Alexander Wilson back at us. Thank you for the love. He says, "Isn't Parker fighting Chisora in May?" He sure is. But Francis is just saying, like, in general, that should be a fight Andy is looking for to right the wrong, basically. So I get it. He wants to right the wrong. Hunter versus Ruiz. Spawn partners, man. But I guess a good fight. But again, does Andy need Hunter? That's a difficult fight. And is your friend. Y'all sparred. He helped him get ready for AJ.
Exactly.
The infamous picture of Andy looking so thin was sitting next to Hunter. Like, it's hard.
Yeah. Ah, man. You know one name that never mind. I ain't gonna bother.
What?
The fight I would love to, another fight that I'd love to see, and this is for another show, is definitely if my man's Dillian Whyte and Mike Polite.
What? You trying to rush White? I mean, you trying to rush Michael? Dog, first of all...
No, hold on. Listen. Let me explain before you jump.
No, you do it. Get your man sent up Schitt's Creek, man. You see how Mike moving.
That's
see
what
how
I'm
Mike
saying,
moving?
bro. That's why I was reluctant to say that, dog.
see
You
how
gotta
Mike
tell me because
moving.
my man's in them. Like I see it live.
No, I think Mike has what Mike is lacking in a Dillian Whyte fight is experience. That's it, man. That's it. But movement, power, tools, bro, he is there. Now we haven't seen it on a consistent high level like we gotten to see Dillian Whyte on a consistent high level, so it's just unfair comparison. But you know, he's 30, 33? Michael Coffey, he's 33. So look, it's time. You gotta cut the leash off, you know.
Well, yeah, Michael Coffey. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see what the outcome is.
Oh, Dillian Whyte versus Cassius Chaney.
Whew, that'd be a good one. But Chaney
might have the experience because he's got in-house experienced sparring partners for the last 2 years at least. You know what I'm saying? He might have soaked in enough. He's got an experienced coach in Herman Caicedo now. And then he started his career with Coach Calvin Ford. And now he's getting sparring for the last 2 years every day. Remember, he lives in the gym, y'all. Don't ever forget that. He lives in a 10x10 inside a hot-ass Miami gym. He might be ready. He might be so ready to bust the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? In a 10x10, y'all don't get the level of
pressure.
Yo, that's just motivation, bro. Like you in a 10x10 with a fucking like 20-inch TV and your cell phone, and that's it. And your meals get delivered to you, bro. Don't ever forget that shit. Don't
you just
ever forget that shit. He's different. He's different than every other fighter out there, man. Cause ain't no other fighter not in camp, okay? That's another thing you gotta remember. He's not in camp, living in a 10x10 to soak in this knowledge, to consistently be trained on an everyday basis in a country, excuse me, not a country, but a state that he's not from. He's from Connecticut where it snows. Oh, my man laughing. It is a 10x10, bro. You better go look up Herman Caicedo's gym. These dudes think I'm making this shit up, man. Y'all silly. He living in a 10x10, bro. I'm serious. Y'all tripping. He get his food delivered to the room, man. Y'all tripping, man. But again, all that is determination and motivation. It doesn't mean that on skill set he's ready.
Exactly.
You know?
But you know, mentally he's ready. Mentally he's going through it. You gotta be, man. Cheney a big dude too.
That's
so like, you know what I'm saying?
Brandon, that's the thing. He said, damn, I know Miami expensive, but get the man a studio apartment. But that's the thing. Do you want to cut him loose? Do you want him in Miami partying, chasing girls? Nah, they got my man in there, locked in, ready to go. That's what y'all not getting. That's what I'm saying. That's the danger of him. That's the danger. That he is locked in, ready to go. After practice, all he got to do is shower and go back in. Every time we interview, he don't even go out because he's not that dude. He don't like the heat. So he's just in there plotting his next move every day and sharpening his skills every day. That's dangerous, man. I'm telling y'all, that's dangerous.
That's the man on a mission, you know what I'm saying? Like, he not getting deterred at all. So that's, I love
Lynch,
that.
Shout out to Will Lynch back with another one says, Whyte versus Ottawa Valine. What's your thoughts on that?
Nah.
What? I like that fight. And Ottawa just took out who? Dominic
Brazil.
Yo, listen, beautiful. Listen, AJ Vlad, common opponent Povetkin. Dominic Brazil, AJ Wilder, common opponent. Nah, bruh. You tripping right now. Valine making his name. First of all, he got the Fury fight, put him on the map, right? Then he got the Travis Kaufman fight. Now the Brazil fight. No, he rolling. He ain't as hot as Whyte. He ain't as hot as Whyte, but he's starting to build momentum, man. Stop that. And that's a decent fight, I think, anyway.
Yeah, keep building momentum and you can get it for sure.
Protection plan in effect. Bop, bop, bop. Jamaican love. Jamaican love. Yo, Bruce Lee says, White versus the real Big Baby. But I think Wilder needs to end this guy. I don't know that White is. I mean, real Big Baby is ready. He's got a fantastic team. Bruce Trampler is the matchmaker over there. They got Kei Kimura as his trainer. James Prince. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, man. It's not. It's too soon.
Ain't ready. Yeah, he ain't ready yet.
Too
Yo,
soon.
when that pressure get like Ness, come on, man. You have the measurements. Okay, you have the heart.
What we talking about here? Where you going with this?
Of a heavyweight. Well, come on, man. That pressure and experience is something different, man. You can get in there. You did. You get in there. You get busy.
But if we still talking about Coffee,
experience.
If we still talking about Coffee, where Coffee's experience is lacking, his work ethic is not. So you seen what Dillian did in the first round. He came out hot, boop bop boop, set the tone and the tempo, but he slowed down. In that first round, he slowed down. In that second round, he was recovering, still winning the rounds, but he had to recover. I think Polite is fresher. I think he told us perfectly. All those years people spent in the amateurs, I don't got that wear and tear. I'm fresher. He started at 30 and he's 33. So that is the biggest knock is lack of experience. It's the biggest knock, but athleticism, he got that. And remember, this dude is 280, 275, rock solid and athletic, where no one can say, oh, the muscles, bro, he needs oxygen. Nah, he moving, he working. But look, he gotta prove it. You know what I mean? Damani Rock was a solid win for us hardcores, but casuals need him to do that too. The names he mentioned. Dominic Brazil, Gerald Washington, Charles Martin. I think he said Robert Helenius, right? Whatever names he mentioned, our interview with him is out. He definitely mentioned some names, and all those names will prove to us how good he is. If he gets any of them, let me see if I can find that title quickly, but maybe not. But yeah, man. Any final thoughts where we get up out of here? Sunday morning afterthoughts, man. Just waking up after the win, and
Nah, man, I'm just excited that Dillian Whyte had the, had the mindset, had the wherewithal, had the focus to get in the ring, climb in the ring, and get this sensational, savage knockout of Alexander Povetkin, knotting up his face, and getting back his title. Oh, real quick, did you realize that he realized in the moment that he got the wrong belt from Povetkin and was on it? Did you see that?
What you mean he realized he got the wrong belt?
Yeah, he looked at the belt and he was like, hold up. He's all looking at, yo, this is an old belt. He all looking at Eddie like, hold up, bro, this is the old belt. Where's the new one? Nah. He all talked about it in the post-fight. So just how focused he is, you know what I'm saying? Like Canelo realizing those dudes is over his shoulder looking at Jumbotron. It's like the same thing. Like, hold up. I'm excited for the win, but yo, where's the right belt? This ain't the right one. You know what I mean? The Povetkin team tried to pull a little fast one. Tried to throw him the old WBC belt and slide through the back door.
Crazy.
But yeah, that's my final.
The names that Polite said was, Michael Coffey said was Gerald Washington, Charles Martin, Robert Helenius.
Love it. Those are good names, man. Those are really good names.
But I'm sure he will jump on a White opportunity if they give him a White opportunity.
Yeah.
Damn,
that would be nice.
Shout out to Will Lynch. I didn't even know that was a $50 super chatty, man. Half a yard, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, he came through busting this morning. Shout out to him, man. Yeah, man. That's my final thought. I'm excited. Let's see what's next. Huh?
Nah.
He got irritable. He getting a soft touch. He getting a fight that he gets to choose. Hopefully make his US debut, which would be amazing. So I'm excited for that. And it's Crow Time later. Crow Time.
Yeah, man. 7 p.m. Eastern time, where we're gonna talk about all this weekend's fights. So, you want to bring up anybody you've seen on the card? Campbell Hatton, the Cheese. So many people that fought this weekend. Even Serrano. We do it at 7 p.m. Eastern, 3 hours of boxing talk. Next GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch us on the next one.
Hey, listen, people, we're going to talk about this later, but I like Tony Yoka versus Nick Webb as a heavyweight title fight. We're going to put that on
fight? Or you mean European title fight?
Yeah, European title fight. Yeah, for sure.
Say,
Not a heavyweight title fight. But yeah, that would be a good fight. Nick Webb looked sensational yesterday with the second round stoppage. And Yoka, he's doing his thing out there. So it'll be great to see. But yo, you can catch me personally at Next Up Sports Talk. Also, you can catch me at the Weigh In Boxing on IG and the Weigh In on YouTube. Smash the thumbs up button on the way out. We appreciate you. Catch you on the next one. Peace. Jamaica to the world, people.
Will Lynch said, I've been missing your shows. I got to pay my dues. Best live boxing show ever, man. We appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Appreciate each and every one of you, man. Not only super chatters. We definitely appreciate all our listeners, all our callers, all our patrons, our members. Appreciate everybody that rocks out with us. We'll be back 7 p.m. Eastern. Unless some breaking news happens. I don't know. Peace.